I got a lot of cash. I don't mind spinning it. Fucking with, I'm the fucking boss. 45 white on white, that's fucking raw. I'm like Atlantic. Got the motherfuckers flying across the Atlantic. I know Pablo Noriega, the real Noriega. He owe me 100 favors. Welcome back to another edition of Music Monday from the podcast Nurture the Mind. I am your host, Cole Poots, and we have yet again another music reaction. You know what it is. Every single week, it's usually something new. Usually a different artist, but sometimes we kind of overlap and go back to artists that have already been on the channel. This is going to be a first time for the channel. We are reviewing SiR from his newest album called Heavy. And just a little bit of background and context. I don't know much about SiR. I think I've listened to one song that I can recall I think it's him and Kendrick Lamar. And I was thinking before this, SiR, I believe he is on the label of TDE. And I was right. And that would make sense because one of the songs on the album, there's a feature with Isaiah Rashad. And then there's another feature on the album with Ab-Soul. And that's all I see. Those are two TDE artists that I'm very familiar with. You got Anderson .Paak on here. You got Dolla ign. So it says the category of music for this album is R&B and soul. I don't know if that's something that he really sticks with or if he's done rap or like hip hop in the past. I'm going to read the brief description that Apple Music gives for us, and then we're just going to pick a track. I don't know. I'll probably start with the intro and then maybe work my way down. I don't know how far we're going to get today. You know me, we always just kind of roll through it. So anyways, here's the intro of it, or the description. It says, SiR hasn't released a new album since his 2019 hit, Chasing Summer. Although fans have been eagerly waiting, the holdup between projects has been personal due to his struggles with depression, substance abuse, love, and stints in and out of rehab, all of which became the foundation for his introspective fourth LP, Heavy. It's me being vulnerable in different ways. It's me diving deeper, he tells Apple Music. I thought Chasing Summer was personal, but this record really showed me a lot about myself as a creator, as a man, and it's all on there. And I think those moments are necessary. I had to have those moments. Looking back at what I'm providing, the project that you're getting, I wouldn't change a thing. Serving as a therapeutic letter to himself as he tackles his issues, Heavy is a roadmap of SiR's journey from addiction to sobriety across 16 tracks. The title track, Heavy, is a cry for help as the Inglewood, California native grapples with the pressures of fame and the expectations that come from it. Oh, I've been killing myself softly, lost my mind completely. I really hope I can find my way back to you, he croons. SiR wrestles with his shortcomings and the impact they have on his relationship, satisfaction, only human, and the ups and downs of trying to stay sober, trying my hardest. Despite that, the tone of Heavy shifts towards the middle of the album, tackling the process of healing, brighter, and forgiveness. I'm not perfect, nothing even matters, whether it's from others or himself. It's like you're starting in this really dark place and you're going from heavy to light, he says. That's how I kind of wanted it to feel because that was how it was for me. I was in the darkest place of my life and I was transitioning out as I was getting healthy, and the music I was creating was kind of shaping itself that way. It was a natural thing to put in that order. It's like you started in a dark tunnel, you're heading towards the light, And I know it's going to feel like that for a lot of people. Interesting, man. That's a lot of really good context to hear about and just kind of shapes my mindset a little bit going into this project. Definitely, you know, on this channel and these reactions, we always talk about things that are relatable from the music. That's how I always try and look at it. You know, how can I relate to this? How does this relate to other people? I feel like this is going to be a very relatable album. I think if you are at the proper age in life, you've probably been through some hardships, maybe quite a few. I know back in 2019, I'm not going to go through the whole story again because I have a separate video that talks about it, but 2019, entering 2020, that was like the darkest period of my life up until this point. And very much relate to what he says in that little epilogue, you know, basically saying that you're in this very dark place and you can't really see how things are going to get better. How am I going to proceed forward and how am I going to find the light? But as you start making slow and steady changes, you know, inch by inch, step by step, reaching out to people, trying to get help, eventually, man, those storms, like, they can't stay forever. It's a beautiful analogy to life. It's kind of a cliche, but there's a reason that cliches exist, because they are true. What happens after a storm? It's calm. It's beautiful. The sun comes out. The birds are back. Like, everything is shining. Like, people go back out. Like, yeah, you got to clear up the debris, because if it was a massive storm, it may have taken down some trees or whatever, or if it was like a tornado. But then usually afterwards, there's sign of life once again. And that is the analogy to life, is when we go through those dark moments, when we go through these hard moments, if you were at your lowest point, in my firm belief, it's God is trying to teach you something, is trying to teach you a lesson, is trying to put you through something to make you more resilient and to come out of it better, to come out of it on the other side more refined and, you know, more skilled and more adaptive to handling life. So I really like that epilogue. It makes me very curious just to see like how this album is going to be shaped out. Kind of now understand what the content matter might be about, just like his struggles, dealing with addiction, depression, substance abuse, love, stuff like that. So anyways, man, let's just get started. Let's just see how it goes. I feel like I gotta do it. It's due diligence and start with track number 1, which is the title track. It's called Heavy, and then it is intro right next to it. Okay, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Here we go. Heavy intro from the album Heavy by SiR. Here we go. Oh, piano. Man, this already feels emotional right off the bat.
I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Heavy as a lie when you're trying to be honest. Ready's gonna call when they all in your pockets. Ready's gonna call when you all that they got. I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Ready's gonna call when they all in your pockets.
All right, that was the intro. I mean, it's so quick, man. There's not a whole lot to comment on. So it's the title track, Heavy, and not in quotations, parentheses, whatever the fuck. It says intro. So it's 1 minute and 5 seconds. It's not an instrumental because there's some lyrics in there, but it's basically setting the tone for what we're gonna hear. He said a few things like, the weight of the world is on my shoulders. There was a beautiful piano. It just came in really quick, and just as quick as it came in, it ended. So it's an intro leading us into the album. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, you better get your freaking what the hell? I'm losing it. You're sitting in a car, your belt buckle. Let's strap in. Here we go. Okay. Second track off of the album, Ignorant, and it has Dolla ign on the feature. He's got a great voice. I think that's the thing that you notice first about SiR. Yeah, man, that was a fun song. I think my favorite part was Dolla ign. I think he had like just laid back flows on that track. And so some of the things that SiR was talking about is like, life just doesn't excite me, bending around the curb doesn't excite me, there's pussy on my phone, it doesn't excite me. Hey, there's not too many other people out there that are like me. And then Dolla ign, like some of the things that I caught on to what he was saying. There's a few lines, I guess, I can't remember everything that he said, but something about free Brittany Griner because she was held in Russia. And then, I don't know, there were other lyrics about probably some social issues or some things that are going on in the world. Because that was something else that SiR said. It was like, can't believe, what I'm seeing in the world right now. And so, I don't know, maybe some social commentary on that track, but also having some fun, like blending those two worlds together. So it's like semi-serious, but it's kind of laid back. I guess if I had to like comment on any of the lyrics, like I said, one of the things that stood out the most was free Brittany Griner. She's being held in Russia. Like I totally forgot about that whole experience. But, to be honest, she had, was it marijuana? Was it weed? Some type of substance, I believe, that's illegal in Russia. So you can't go to other countries and disrespect their laws. If you are willing to do that, then you have to pay, you might have to potentially pay the price or the consequences if you get caught. And that's exactly what happened to Brittany Griner. So I actually don't agree with Ty Dolla Sign's line about that whole situation, because I think she got exactly what she deserved, which was, it's not like she was being held captive. She was just in prison because she broke the law out in Russia. When you're in other countries, it's not like the United States. You have to abide by they have different customs than we do. So I don't know about Ty Dolla Sign and SiR and like what their political, social views are. I've been pretty vocal on my channel about, the things that I believe in. The thing that I would try and communicate to a lot of people, and I'm always trying to communicate this as clearly as I can, is like, if you are the type of person that still believes everything that the media is telling you, you really need to analyze yourself for a second. You need to look in the mirror, because I don't know how people are still brainwashed. I don't understand how people are still under this spell where they believe that our government in America and our media system are telling us the truth and have our best interest. Like, if you look at the current regime, which is Biden and the left, which I would say is the far progressive left, it seems like every move that they've made since they have gone into office has been against the interest of the American people. And you have to question, well, why are they doing that? It's almost like they're demoralizing our country. And I would say that's completely accurate. So how can anybody at this point in time look at our media and look at our government and say that they're telling us the absolute truth of every situation? I don't believe them on anything, because they lied about COVID. Guarantee they lie about this Russia and Ukraine conflict. Guarantee they are lying to us about the conflicts that are going on in the Middle East. They're lying to us. Biden comes up there and says that, oh, Biden economics, the country's doing so well, we're thriving. And then you got middle class America, which I would assume I'm part of that category. Look at this guy and say, what are you talking about? Inflation is crazy. Everything is so damn expensive, bro. You're lying to our fucking faces. That's what the media does. That's what the government does. It's all propaganda. How can you believe that? Like, I just can't respect people that buy narratives without even looking into it, without even like seeking out the alternative view. Or just being a free thinker, being a critical thinker. Like, do your own research, come up with your own thoughts, come up with your own opinions. Too many people are spewing out shit that they've just heard that's been regurgitated over and over and over again by different media personalities or people that are in the government. And I'm sick and tired of it. So I kind of went on a little bit of a side rant there. Like, I love Ty Dolla Sign as far as music is concerned, but that one line, I don't know, that's the one thing that I picked out. And I'm like, no, she deserved to go to prison because she broke the law. I don't think she was being held captive. I don't believe that. And I don't believe the narrative that, here in America, a lot of people, again, if they haven't done their own research, they think that like Putin is the devil. Like, we don't get to hear his speeches. We don't get to hear what he says. And why is that? Why won't our government let everything be completely transparent? I think if our government had our best interest, I feel like we would be up to date with, I feel like there would then be no bias in the media. We would know exactly what's going on around the world. If aliens are supposedly real, then the government would give us that information. Like, we deserve to know what's going on. But that's the problem with the government, is they think that we're so stupid or we can't handle this information, we don't deserve to know it, and so they just don't tell us and they keep us in the dark. But I mean, as time goes on, I feel like people are waking up to the fuckery and the corruption that is going on between the government and the media, and then that just trickles down into society and culture, and then everybody's minds get so warped with lies, with things that are not true. So anyways, pleasantly, I really did like the song. I loved how it sounded. I loved Dolla Ign's flows. I like the idea. You know, it's called Ignorant. It kind of sets the tone, like SiR, like maybe this is the start of his depression, saying that like things don't excite me anymore. All these things that I used to derive excitement for, I'm not getting that same feeling. But in a weird way, you know, those are the lyrics of the song, but it is kind of more of an upbeat song. Like the entire way when I was listening, I was just kind of going boom, boom, okay, like I can get along to that. So an interesting start to the album. Definitely lyrics that probably need to be further analyzed, but I'm just talking about the one that like really stood out to me. So let's go to the third track, which is called Karma, and it has Isaiah Rashad in this song, another really good artist. Oh. This instrumental feels so spacey. Burning the candle at both ends. Interesting line.
Can make you special. If you price enough, the extra ones can make you stress it. You want the extra, the extra, the extra, exile, exodus. It's excellent. They make a young nigga reckless and reckless and reckless and reckless and oh shit. Nigga was poppin', fucking the most, counting the paper, counting up cash. These are vibrations, haven't I told you? It's a vacation, haven't I showed you? I'm ruthless, little bitch trying to hit with a little line, trying to talk about closure. You stupid, little bitch trying to hit with a little line. I need to stop treating hoes like I hear 'em. I'm too busy making promises when I can't keep 'em. It's time I slow this life down to 100. I keep making the same mistake when I should be learning from it. Oh, karma coming and it's probably gonna be bad for me. Nothing I can do is gonna be what it has to be. Wish I never bought the game my uncle sold me. It's a little too late to say the whole thing.
All right, that was Karma from SiR and Isaiah Rashad. Really interesting track. The first thing I thought about was just the instrumental. And I think I said that in there. Is like, it feels very, very spacey. Almost like a stoner's anthem. When I think of a stoner, because I used to be one, or maybe just a pothead, I don't know, whatever the difference is. A lot of the music that I would gravitate towards has a spacey thing like that in the instrumental. It's easier to pick up on those details when I was smoking and when I was high and when I was in that state of mind. I don't know why, but that was like music that I always gravitated towards. But there was just I closed my eyes because I was feeling the song, but I wanted to take out my optics so I could really just tune into the sense of hearing. And you notice in that track, there's a lot of like subtleties in the background with the instrumental. And I've always loved songs that were kind of set up that way because it's just these really interesting personalities that really give life to the track, that really distinguishes it from other things that you've heard. Like that's where I have trouble with a lot of artists that, you know, basically kind of stick to this one familiar sound and then they just ride that out for a few albums or for that career. It's like, dude, I can't respect you. You're not trying anything different. You're not trying to give life to the track. You're not trying to give it personality. It's like all of these houses that you see right now. It's all these cookie cutter designs, and you go to like this neighborhood and they're all designed in the same way. And it's like, dude, that nothing from all of these houses, there's nothing that distinguishes one house from the next. So that was the first thing that I noticed. And then we kind of dive into SiR and some of the lyrics talking about how karma is going to come get him. He keeps making these mistakes when really he should be learning from the mistakes, learning the lessons. What else did he say? Now I'm going to space it completely now that I'm trying to think about it. Something like I should stop treating hoes like I need them. And it's hard to catch on to what Rashad was talking about. Although, again, from these first three tracks, I would say the highlights for me have been the instrumentals and the features. I really like the Dolla ign feature, and I really like that Rashad feature. I just felt like, nothing against SiR, but I just feel like their flows were just better. Like, just captivated me a little bit more, like drew my ear in. And so interesting lines from SiR. It seems like as this album is going deeper and deeper, you're starting to peel back the layers and get some of that, the introspection that the epilogue talked about. You know, this might be one of those projects for SiR where he's probably gotten the most vulnerable in his life on a track, on an album, on a project. And it would make sense if it's his most vulnerable project because of all of the stuff that he's been going through in recent memory. And that's always helpful. I don't care what people say about avoiding talking about your feelings and your emotions and getting vulnerable. There's a time and a place for them. It's not something that you should do every single day, all throughout the day, because that's going to annoy the fuck out of other people. They're going to be like, you know what? You're a problem. You keep complaining about these things or how hard your life is, but you're not doing anything to move in the right direction, so I'm not going to listen to you anymore. But the people that actually care about you, that give a fuck about you, if you know, let's just say, like, for instance, if you've just kind of been going through a tough time and you feel like you haven't really reached out to anybody or there's nobody to talk to, that's a point in time where I would say, you know, with the people that you trust, the people that you love, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, man, like, I'm kind of struggling. Can I get your perspective on this? Like, let's talk about things. Like, let's explore it. And so being vulnerable in that sense is a good thing. And I'm saying this, I'm trying to highlight it because I think we still kind of have this issue in culture and in society where, excuse me, sir, can you move? Where men are afraid to open up about those things. Like, if you look at the statistics, most of the suicides are committed by men. Sir, can you move? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. Most of the suicides, I think, in our country, and I don't know if it's the world at large, most are committed by men. And I think that is in direct correlation to guys thinking that, you know, part of being masculine is to never open up about those things. And I would say that that is very far away from the truth. Now, again, there's nuance in this situation. You don't want to be doing that shit all of the time. That's not good. That's almost like overindulging in something, like having too much alcohol, having too much free time, having too much weed, having too much sex. Like, you can abuse all of those things, but in moderation, totally fine. I think that's like a general principle that applies to a lot of aspects and a lot of spectrums about life, and especially in this situation. Like, you don't need to get vulnerable all the time. You don't have to be super vulnerable. You don't gotta always be like in touch and like be in your feelings. But like, man, you have to be able to open up. Like, that's a problem with us men, is we just suppress things. We just take things in because we think, oh, because, you know, I'm the man, or because I gotta put on this masculine frame. That's how it is. This is like, I gotta, you know, take on all of these things, and I can't ask for help, and I can't be vulnerable, and it's just not true. It's just not true at all. So I'm probably gonna cut it off there, you know, with 3 songs, and then potentially next week, I don't know, maybe go further and further into the project. I think after these first 3 songs, there was definitely a lot to speak about. But, you know, that could also be me. I always try and find avenues of things that I can talk about in these songs. So I hope that all made sense. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, enjoyed the experience. And, you know, just as a little outro, as I always say, you know, if you did enjoy this, if you thought this was a fun experience, if you think that other people could learn from it, then I would really appreciate if you do one of the 4 things that I always ask. So number 1, especially if you're on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the YouTube video in the comment section below, and then share the message. You know, tell other people, share it on your social media. Like, I don't care how you do it. Just try and get the message out there so this channel can grow. Because, like, I've put in a shit ton of work, and, you know, right now, or I mean, the whole time I've been doing it, I ain't making any money off of this, but this is my dream. I want this baby to grow fully to a point where it's functional and it can walk and run on its own. So please do one of those 4 things. And then the last little thing here, as always, you know, I'm a first form Legionnaire. So this supplement company right here, this is the energy drink, but they also make a shit ton of supplements that are great for your body. Since I'm a Legionnaire, if you go buy one of their products under my name, then I get commission for that. And I truly believe in their products. I believe that they can help you out in your fitness, in your health journey. And as I always say, it's like there's so many components to living a healthy life. It's about how you move, the exercise, whether it's, you know, pushing weights in the gym, cardio, getting outside, taking a walk, getting vitamin D on your skin, supplementation, diet, water intake, sleep, you know, consuming good content that's good for your mind, good for your brain, makes you think, challenges you, asks you to get better. So supplementation is just one part of that equation. So if you guys are interested in any of those products, go check them out and purchase them. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming over, watching the video, listening to the podcast. I will see you on the next Music Reaction, Music Monday. I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.